The Woodland Piano is a detailed, multi-mic'd instrument with 4 different articulations and several release triggers and pedal sounds. It excels at soft-spoken lines, but with 4 velocity layers on the main articulations of normal and felt, it doesn't lose its edge. Hello everyone, Akbi here, and today I'm going to be showing you the ins and outs of my new free Kontakt instrument, the Woodland Piano. This is a Yamaha upright recorded with 7 different microphones split into 3 sets. You have the 3 Neumann KM184s up top, and 2 pairs of Schupp's MK4 and AKG 414s in the middle. The Neumanns up top are split up in a wide AB with a center channel, and the MK4s and the 414s in a regular AB, this time towards the middle of the piano. And even though they're both in the same direction and pointing towards the same place at the piano, they each bring different things to the table and bring out different characteristics of the timbre of the piano. This piano is meant to be a very close perspective in such a way that the character of the wood itself and the way that it creaks and moves inside the piano with each moving part is also noticeable and heard, and is something that you can bring out in order to add a different layer of intimacy with the piano, hence the name Woodland. On the left of the UI, you'll find the individual mic controls for both volume and stereo panning. This section is really powerful in the mixing stage, where you can really bring out different characteristics of the timbre of the piano through your choices in microphones. Certain combinations will give you more warmth, others might have the effect of helping the piano stand out in a busy mix. And then on the right, we have the different articulations of the piano. We have 4 playable ones, that's the normal, the felt, the muted notes, and the plucked notes, as well as the release triggers and the pedal sounds. The normal and felt notes were all recorded pedal up and pedal down, and they have 4 velocity layers each. And the muted notes were also recorded pedal up and down, but they only have 1 velocity layer while still being affected by velocity. The plucks were recorded with the wooden pick on the strings, and they have 1 velocity layer as well. One thing that is worth pointing out is that, as with the real piano, as you move up the scale, the piano dampers run out. So as you travel up the scale of the Woodland Piano, you'll find that after a point, all the notes ring out as they do in the actual piano. As for the release triggers, they were recorded per sampled note and per velocity layer, so you'll find that their intensity will roughly match the intensity with which you're playing the regular notes. As for the pedal sounds, we have 7 different pedal sounds for pedal up and then pedal down, and all of these articulations are bound to your microphone changes on the left, so everything that you do there will reflect upon the articulations here, because they are all feeding into those microphone signals. Finally, these little buttons will allow you to purge any unneeded articulation from the Kontakt instance. The normal tone of the piano starts off as a very warm and round sound. But as you climb through the velocity layers, depending on the register of the piano, you can get some really nice biting sounds out of it as well. As for the felt, you have a typical soft piano with the felt pedal engaged, which really lends itself to the theme of the whole instrument, where you can really feel the entire wood resonating and moving with each note press. One thing that I really enjoy doing with the felt is giving it a very generous boost in the high mids and high frequencies, which then really brings out the hammers striking the felt, as well as any other moving parts in the piano. In the right proportion, I think this is a really beautiful effect to again bring out that woodland character of the instrument. As far as releases go, I actually recorded them in both pedal up and pedal down, since I wanted the option to have them play while pressing the sustain pedal. However, due to the inner workings of Kontakt, I haven't been able to make that a reality. But what I did find is a cool way to work around this Kontakt limitation. So if you open up a different instance of Kontakt and purge everything but the release triggers, and you disable the release triggers on the main instance of Woodland Piano, what you can do is take this script right here and copy it to the main KSP section of the Kontakt instrument. And now what you'll find is that as you hit the notes and release them, they'll work just as fine if you have the pedal off. But if you press the sustain pedal, now you get the release triggers during sustain as well. You won't be triggering the correct pedal down release samples, but this is a great approximation of what I'm after here. So if anyone out there actually knows a way to probably trigger the correct release triggers during sustain, I'd love to know how. For the pedal sounds, again, you have 7 for up and 7 for down, and these trigger in cyclical round robins. Now for the muted notes, as I mentioned, these were recorded in both pedal up and pedal down, and in pedal up they sound like this funny pizzicato sound. but I think they really shine when you put the pedal down. Suddenly you get these really atmospheric and interesting reverb sounds, and you can actually exaggerate this even further by adding some reverb on top of that. I believe these really shine as a percussive instrument rather than a melodic instrument, but really it all depends on application. As for the plucked notes, this is what they sound like. Another thing is that, since these articulations aren't in different pages as they would be in different Kontakt instruments, you can actually work your own combinations of timbre and textures with them. And you can do this as well as just use them as different tones in different instances of the instrument. One thing I particularly like doing is using the felt piano tone as bass chords and then use the normal tone as a melody on top of these chords. Finally, I want to take a couple of seconds to showcase the different microphone positions of the piano. We're going to be hearing the same thing in both the normal and felt articulations, and we'll start with the entire set, to the KM184s, to the MK4s, to the C41-4s. And out of curiosity, I actually recorded this exact same phrase at the actual piano as I was sampling it. So I'd like to show you a sonic comparison between playing the piano that I had in the studio and playing the Woodland Piano in Kontakt. That's it from me today. You can grab the Woodland Piano for free on Piano Book, and the links will be in the description below, as well as all my links to where you can find me. Stay tuned for more videos like this and new instruments that I'm already working on. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye everyone.